as you can see, everyone is waiting for Emmanuel Macron and the First Lady of France to arrive, his wife Brigitte. This is sort of the full state honor, if you will. 500 members of the military standing by. There will be a review of the troops. Also on hand are various members of the president's cabinet and other invited guests, including students from the Maya Angelou French Immersion School in Temple Hills, Maryland. They're also going to be here. We're going to be eventually hearing from Emmanuel Macron. First to arrive, though, will be the president, and then we will see Mrs. Macron. And then after that, it'll be followed by introductions to the official welcoming committee, a 21-gun salute, of course, the national anthem of France and the national anthem of the United States, then the reviewing of the troops and a musical troupe in review, and then finishing off with remarks from the president and then remarks by President Macron to sort of end this first initial ceremony. Last night, as you heard, the two first couples, if you will, had dinner at George Washington's home in Mount Vernon. They also, before that, planted a tree on the French lawn. It's very interesting. It was a tree from a forest where a number of Americans were killed during World War I, and it was meant to sort of signify the unity between the two countries. You may recall that the president, as Major Garrett reported in his story, was really impressed with the full military Bastille Day parade that he witnessed when he visited Paris, France. And the president has expressed his desire to do something very similar, maybe a little bit further down the road in November. But here we're getting sort of the full military honors that are typical. Later on tonight, there will be a state dinner. But before that, some really important meetings. So topping the list of things that the two will be discussing, of course, Iran is at the top of the list. The president has threatened to pull out of the Iran deal, saying it's a bad deal. Emmanuel Macron has said in recent days, you know, the deal is not perfect, but there's no plan B. And so he will be pressuring the president to stay the course. There have been sideline negotiations taking place between American and European negotiators to sort of tweak at the ends of this deal to make it more palatable to the U.S. in the hopes that the president will agree to stick with it. One of the big sticking points for the president is that it sort of sunsets, this Iranian deal sunsets after about a decade. It begins to expire. He doesn't like that. He doesn't like that it doesn't block Iran's missile development. And he doesn't like that it doesn't stop Iran from attempting to destabilize the region. Those are the three big things for the president. That's not the only thing they'll be discussing, of course. Trade, number one, or rather another high priority for Emmanuel Macron. He would like to see the European countries excluded from the tariffs, the steel tariffs in particular, that the president would like to put in place. And then another hot topic is, of course, Syria. Emmanuel Macron has said that it was his influence that encouraged the president to stay with troops on the ground in Syria. The White House did not like that assertion that the president was somehow influenced by Emmanuel Macron. They sort of pushed back on that. Ceremony's just starting now, so I'm just going to be quiet and let you listen in.